Hello, good morning guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hami. So in this video, I will discuss about US foreign policy in Iran from the year 1950 to 1980. These 30 years are very crucial not only for Iran but also for the Middle East and for the United States of America, because these 30 years were going to decide the future of Iran for the future. So in so if you like my video, please like and subscribe my channel. So if we start from the year 1950, Iran was under the rule of Shah. The Shah enjoyed a very good and cordial relationship with the United States of America. But along with this, Iran also had a prime minister by the name of Mohammad Mossadegh. As you can see him in this picture, he was a prime minister who had a very nationalistic point of view. And he, in the year 1950, and during the course of his tenure as the prime minister, decided to nationalize a lot of assets of Iran. And one of those assets was the AIOC, that was also called the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. It was the largest oil company of Iran. In the year 1951, Iranian parliament also agreed for the nationalization of the assets, and that included the AIOC. But this step of the Iranian Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh really angered United Kingdom a lot, because 52% of the stake of the company belonged to the United Kingdom. But United States of America intervened and told Great Britain to moderate its stance towards Iran. Following this, Mossadegh visited Washington and the US government assured its support to the Mossadegh government. In this picture, you can see Mohammad Mossadegh, the Prime Minister of Iran, meeting the then President of the United States of America, Mr. Harry Truman. Back home in Iran, people thought US was on the side of Mossadegh government and the issue would be resolved very soon. But CIA was carrying out an operation to stage a coup against the Mossadegh government and a plan that would destabilize the Mossadegh government. In the year 1953, Eisenhower replaced Harry Truman, and he decided to destabilize the Iranian government because he and his government thought that economic tensions would lead to the coup of Mossadegh government, and this coup can be staged by the Communist Party in Iran, and the Communist Party can come into power in Iran after staging a coup of Mohammad Mossadegh. And Eisenhower and United States of America didn't want a communist regime in Iran. So US and Britain, both the intelligence agencies of these two countries, launched Operation IX and imprisoned Mohammad Mossadegh, who was the Prime Minister of Iran at that time. After the coup, the Shah of Iran at that time, Shah Raza Pahlavi, took over the reins of Iran. And not only this, Iran was given an immediate aid of $1.2 billion to fight the economic tensions in the country and the economic problems in the country. And not only this, the relationship of US and Iran went beyond US solving Iran's economic problems. As you can see in this picture, D. Eisenhower with the then Shah of Iran, Mr. Shah Raza Pahlavi. So as I told you that US also helped Iran in a lot of other areas also. For example, in the 1960s, US helped Iran in the creation of a secret police by the name of SAVAK. And this police was created with the help of the Secret Intelligence of United States of America, that is known as the CIA, that is the Central Intelligence Agency. And this police was used by the Shah to suppress any opponent who spoke against him. And various methods were used by this police to make sure that the opposition doesn't speak against the Shah of Iran. And these included murder, torture, beating of the opponent. A lot of measures were used. And not only this, Iran also helped USA in its nuclear program. And in the year 1957, Iran was given its first nuclear reactor by the United States of America. Not only this, Culturally also, United States tried to put its influence on Iran. For example, many Iranian universities were modeled after US universities, like the Isfahan University of Iran, Sharif University, Pahlavi University. All of these universities were those universities in Iran that were modeled after the universities of United States of America. By the 1960s and 1970s, oil revenue of Iran started to grow, and also the relationship of Iran and US also started growing a lot. And the evidence of this is this picture of Richard Nixon with the then Shah of Iran, Shah Reza Pahlavi. But there were many issues that were arising in Iran, and these issues were creating tensions among the people of Iran and anger among the people of Iran. And I am going to discuss about those issues. So, by the late 1970s, the Iranian economy had stagnated and inflation started to grow, and this resulted in the higher cost of living. Also, corruption in government angered the Iranian people, and this also resulted in the anger of Iranian people against the Shah. Savak operation was also one of the reasons for resentment among Iranian people, because Savak police, as I earlier told you, it used methods like murder, torture, and imprisonment to make sure that no opposition of Shah Reza Pahlavi spoke against him. Also, on the other hand, conservative Shia Muslim led by Ayatollah Khomeini, as you can see him in this picture, opposed Shah, and he said that the Shah destroyed Islam through the introduction of Western values. This man in the picture, whom you can see, Ayatollah Khomeini, he was the main figure of the Islamic revolution that resulted in the fleeing of the Shah and the introduction of Islamic rule in the country of Iran. Similarly, Iranian students, especially Muslim students who supported Khomeini, began supporting the idea of an Islamic nation. By the start of 1977, Khomeini's ideology were secretly spreading throughout Iran. Khomeini's ideologies were spread secretly through cassette tapes. Khomeini told its followers to do strikes, boycotts, and also told the citizens of Iran and his supporters to refuse to pay tax for the government. In the year 1977, Khomeini's son was killed, and Savak was blamed for it. And this also increased Khomeini's popularity. So the year 1978 was the year when Islamic revolution had started and was at its peak. And in that very year, some Muslim religion students started protesting against an article that was published in Tehran newspaper. And this article was criticizing Ayatollah Khomeini. Many students were killed during these protests, and this sparked more protests in Iran and in many institutions of Iran. In 1979, Shah tried to bring some reforms and that would make Iranian people happy and that would shut down the protest. But his attempt failed and he fled in January of the same year. And in the year 1979, in the month of February, Ayatollah Khomeini returned to Iran. In February, Ayatollah Khomeini returned to Iran, and by November, the Shah of Iran was in United States of America. He had fled Iran and sought refuge in the United States of America. Iran demanded that the Shah must be handed over to the Iranians, but USA refused to do so. And this created the suspicion among Iranian people that the Shah was against the revolution and he was a puppet of the United States of America. And this feeling of Iran changed into hatred against America and also Shah. And the anger of the people of Iran against the Shah and especially the US grew. In opposition to the fact that United States of America disagreed to return the Shah to Iran, 52 American diplomats were held hostage in Iran in the Iranian embassy for a total of 444 days. This incident created a lot of distress and tensions among United States of America and Iran. This tension was carried out and continued for 444 days. And after 444 days, 52 American diplomats were released. And not only this, an operation by the name of Eagle Claw was carried out. This operation failed and it resulted in the killing of 8 American soldiers. As you can see in the picture, one of the American aircrafts that was down during the operation. After this incident, a truce was signed between both the countries, Iran and USA, and the prisoners were released. So this was my documentary and video about US foreign policy in Iran. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. If you want to give me any suggestions, please give it in the comment box. It would be a great support of yours if you can support me, as this would give me more motivation to give you guys a better content. Before this video also, I have uploaded one video about US foreign policy in the Middle East, and in that I have discussed about US relationship with the Middle East in the 19th century, creation of Israel, and relation of United States of America with Middle East during the World Wars. If you want to watch that video as well, you can watch it on YouTube. Thank you once again, and please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.